New Syllabus Mathematics Book 2 Exercise 2E. Question number 4 from this exercise. Using the substitution method, solve each of the following pairs of simultaneous equations. Now two equations are given in this question. Equation 1, x plus y equals 7, and equation 2, x minus y equals 5. So step 1 is to name these equations as equation 1 and equation 2. Now since we are solving these two equations by substitution method, so in this method we first rearrange one equation to express one variable in terms of the other variable, and then we substitute this expression into the other equation to obtain an equation in only one variable. So let's start from equation 1, which is x plus y equals 7. So now rearrange equation 1. I'm going to rearrange equation 1 to express y in terms of x. Then this equation 1 becomes y equals 7 minus x. Since we have x as a positive term on the left side of this equation, so you can also subtract x from both sides of this equation, or you can say that let's take this x from left to the right side. Then this equation becomes y equals 7 negative x. So now let's name this equation as equation 3. Now I'm going to replace this y in equation 1 with expression in x to obtain an equation in x. In other words, let's substitute this equation, which is y equals 7 minus x, in equation number 2. So first I'm going to write equation 2, which is x minus y equals 5. So now I will substitute, or I will replace this y by 7 minus x, which is the value of y. So then this equation becomes x minus 7 minus x, which is the value of y, equals 5, which is the right side of this equation. Next step is to simplify this negative sign. So I'll multiply this negative sign by positive 7. So their product is negative 7. And if you multiply this negative sign by negative x, then their product is minus multiplied by minus plus x. Now x plus x, they are like terms, so we can take their sum. Their sum is 2x negative 7 equals right side 5 as it is. We are going to find the value of x. So first I'll take this negative 7 from left to the right side. So this equation becomes 2x equals 5 plus 7. Or you can also add 7 on both sides of this equation to get this equation 2x equals 5 plus 7. Now 5 plus 7 equals 12. And x is equal to 12 upon 2, because we are going to eliminate this 2 from the left side of this equation. Or you can also say that let's divide this equation 2x is equal to 12 by 2. Or if we take this 2 from left to the right side, first let me write this 2 with the left hand side. So 2x equals 12, or x equals 12 upon 2. Since 12 is the multiple of 2, so 2 times 6, 12. So x is equal to 6. And now let's substitute this value of x in equation number 3. So I'm going to write equation 3, y equals 7 minus x. Now it is easier to obtain the value of y by substituting the value of x into equation 3 instead of equation 1 and 2. It means that you can also substitute the value of x equals 6 in equation 1 or in equation 2. But it's easier to substitute the value of x in this equation 3 to find the value of y. So I'm going to substitute x equals 3 in equation 3. So equation 3 is y equals 7 minus x. So here we have x equals 6. So this equation becomes y equals 7 minus 6. Now 7 minus 6 equals 1. So here we have the value of x is equal to 6 and the value of y equals 1. since x equals 6 and y equals 1 satisfies both the equations, these two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. So therefore it is the solution of the simultaneous equations. Second part from this question, 3x minus y equals 0, 2x plus y equals 5. I'm going to name this equation first as equation 1 and in the second equation as equation 2. Now let's start from equation 1. So equation 1 is 3x minus y equals 0. So I'm going to rearrange this equation 1 to express y in terms of x. So first of all, I will take this negative y from left to the right side, so this equation becomes 3x equals y. Or we can also write this equation as y equals 3x, and let's name this equation as equation 3. And now let's substitute y equals 3 in equation number 2. So our equation 2 is 2x plus y equals 5. So first I will write this equation 2, which is 2x plus y equals 5. And now I'm going to substitute y equals 3x in this equation. So this equation becomes 2x plus 3x because y is equal to 3x. Since 2x and 3x, they are like terms, so we can take their sum, and 2x plus 3x equals 5x equals right side 5. Since we are finding the value of x, so let's take this 5 from left to the right side, so this equation becomes x equals 5 upon 5. 5 divided 5 by 5 upon 5, or 5 divided by 5 is 1, so x equals 1. And now it's time to substitute x equals 1 in equation number 3. Again, it is easier to obtain the value of y by substituting the value of x into equation 3 instead of equation 1 and equation 2. So I'm going to use this equation 3 to find the value of x. So substitute x equals 1 in equation 3. So first I'm going to write equation 3, which is y equals 3x, and then I will replace this x by 1, which is the true value of x for these two equations. So this equation becomes y equals 3 multiplied by 1, so y is equal to 3. So therefore the solution is x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3, which means that these two values of x satisfies both the equation 1 and equation 2. So the value of x, which is 1, and the value of y, which is 3, is the solution for the given simultaneous equations. Third part from this question is a 2x minus 7y equals 5, which is our equation 1, and 3x plus y equals negative 4, which is our equation 2. So again, since we are solving these equations by substitution method, so I will take equation 1, or you can also take equation 2. So here equation 1 is 2x minus 7y equals 5. So I'm going to rearrange equation 1 to express y in terms of x. So here on the left side we have 2x in the positive term. So if we take this plus 2x from left to the right side, so this equation becomes negative 7y equals 5 minus 2x. Or you can also subtract 2x from both sides of this equation, and on the left side negative 2x, positive 2x will be 0, and we have the equation negative 7y equals 5 minus 2x. Or simply you can say that if we take this positive 2x from left to the right side, so this equation becomes negative 7y equals 5. Positive 2x from left to the right side becomes negative 2x. So y is equal to 5 minus 2x upon negative 7, because this negative 7 is multiplying on the left hand side. So if we take this negative 7 from left to the right side, so this equation becomes y equals 5 minus 2x upon negative 7. So I'm going to name this equation as our equation 3, and then I will substitute equation 3 in equation 2. So first I will write our equation 2, which is 3x plus y equals negative 4. And since y is 5 minus 2x upon minus 7, so I'm going to replace this y by 5 minus 2x upon minus 7 equals negative 4. And now let's simplify I'm going to multiply this negative sign, which is with this denominator 7, with this positive sign. So minus multiplied by plus, minus 3x minus 5 minus 2x upon 7 equals negative 4. And we can also write this term 3x as 3x upon 1, negative 5 minus 2x upon 7 equals negative 4. And now I'm going to take the LCM of the denominator 7 and 1, which is 7. So the rule for the LCM is I will divide LCM 7 by the first denominator 1. So if we divide 7 by 1, we get 7. And then I will multiply the 7 by the first quotient numerator 3x, so 7 multiplied by 3x. And the negative sign, again, if I divide LCM 7 by the second denominator 7, then 7 divided by 7 is 1. And then I will multiply this quotient 1 by the second numerator 5 minus 2x equals a negative 4. Now 7 times 3, 21x, minus 1 multiplied by positive 5 minus 5, minus 1 multiplied by negative 2x is positive 2x. And let's take this 7 from left to the right side. So this equation becomes negative 4 multiplied by 7. On the left side we have two like terms, positive 2x, positive 21x, so their sum is 23x. And negative 5 equals on the right side. Let's take the product of negative 4 and positive 7. Their total product is negative 28. So to find x, first of all, let's take this negative 5 from left to the right side. This equation becomes negative 28 plus 5. The difference is negative 23. And then I will be taking this 23 from left to the right side. So this equation becomes x equals negative 23 upon 23. Negative 23 divided by 23 is negative 1. So this is the true value of x for the given equations, which is negative 1. Now to find y, let's substitute x equals negative 1 in equation number 3. You can also substitute x equals negative 1 in equation 1 and 2, but it is easier to substitute x equals negative 1 in this equation 3. So first I will write equation 3, which is y equals 5 minus 2 into minus 1 upon minus 7, and then I will replace this x. 2x means 2 multiplied by minus 1 because x is negative 1. Next step is to simplify by taking the product of negative 2 and negative 1. So the product is positive 2. So 5 plus 2 over negative 7. 5 plus 2 is 7 upon negative 7. So if you divide 7 by negative 7, here it gives us negative 1, and y equals negative 1. So the solution set is x equals negative 1 and y equals negative 1. So these two values of x and y are true for the given equations, equation 1 and equation 2. Next part, fourth part from this question is 5x minus y equals 5, which is our equation 1, and 3x plus 2y equals 29, which is our equation 2. So I'll start from equation 1. 5x minus y equals 5. So I'm going to arrange this equation 1 to express y in terms of x. Now positive 2x, first I'm going to take this it's 5x. I'm going to take this positive 5x from left to the right side. So this equation becomes negative y equals 5 minus 5x. And if we multiply negative 1 on both sides of this equation, so then this negative y becomes positive y. Or you can also take this negative 1 from left to the right side. So this equation becomes positive y equals negative into 5 minus negative 5x. Or if we multiply negative 1 on both sides of this equation, then minus 1 multiplied by minus y gives us positive y. And minus 1, or simply negative sign, multiplied by 5 minus 5x. Next step is to multiply this negative sign by positive 5 and negative 5x. So minus multiplied by plus, minus multiplied by minus, plus 5x. So this is our equation 3. And now let's substitute y equals negative 5 plus 5x in equation 2. So first I will write equation 2, which is 3x plus 2y equals 29, and then I'm going to replace this y by negative 5 plus 5x. So our equation becomes 3x plus 2 into negative 5 plus 5x equals 29. Next step is to multiply this 2, positive 2, first by negative 5 and then by positive 5. So 3x as it is, 2 times 5, 10. Positive 2 multiplied by negative 5 is negative 10. And positive 2 multiplied by positive 5x equals positive 10x equals 29. Now 10x and 3x, they are like terms and both of them are positive. So their sum is 13x. And if we take this negative 10 from left to the right side, then equation becomes 29 plus 10. 29 plus 10 equals 39, and x equals 39 upon 13. Since 39 is the multiple of 13, so 13 times 3 is 39. So we get x equals 3. So to find y, let's substitute this value of x, which is 3, in equation number 3. So first I will write this equation 3, which is y equals negative 5 plus 5x. And then I'm going to replace x by 3 in this equation. So this equation becomes y equals negative 5 plus 5 multiplied by 3. Okay, now let's take the product of 5 and 3. Their product is 5 times 3, 15. And negative 5, positive 15 is positive 10. So the solution is x equals 3 and y equals 10. Next part from this question is 5x plus 3y equals 11. I'm going to take this equation as equation 1. And the second equation, 4x minus y equals 2, as equation 2. Okay, now I'm going to start from equation 2. You can also take equation 1. It's your choice. So I'm going to arrange equation 1 to express y in terms of x. Keep in mind you can also express x in terms of y. So again, it's your choice. So I'm going to take equation 2, which is 4x minus y equals 2. And since I'm arranging this equation to express y in terms of x, so let's take this positive 4x from left to the right side. So this equation becomes negative y equals 2 minus 4x. Once again, I'm going to multiply left side negative y by negative 1. So minus multiplied by minus plus positive y. And I will also multiply this right side 2 minus 4x by negative 1, or simply by negative sign. And when we multiply this negative sign by positive 2, then minus multiplied by plus 2 is minus 2. And if we multiply this minus negative sign by negative 4x, then minus multiplied by minus positive 4x. So this is our equation 3. And next step is to substitute this equation 3 in equation 1. So equation 1 is 5x plus 3y equals 11. And now let's replace y by minus 2 plus 4x. Then this equation becomes 5x plus 3 into y is negative 2 plus 4x equals 11. Next step is to simplify. Let's multiply positive 3 first by negative 2 and then by positive 4x. So 5x as it is. Positive 3 multiplied by negative 2 is negative 6. Positive 3 multiplied by positive 4x. 3 times 4, 12x equals 11. 5x, 12x, they are like terms. So their sum is 17x. And let's take this negative 6 from left to the right side. Equation becomes 11 plus 6. Their sum is 17. And if we take this 17 from left to the right side, so this total equation becomes x equals 17 upon 17. 17 divided by 17 is 1. So x is equal to 1. And to find y, let's substitute x equals 1 in equation 3. Again, you can also substitute x equals 1 in equation 1 or in equation 2. But again, it's easier to obtain the value of y by substituting the value of x into equation 3 instead of equation 1 and 2. So equation 3 is y equals negative 2 plus 4x. First I will write this equation and then I will replace this x by 1. So y equals negative 2 plus 4 into 1. 4 multiplied by 1 is 4 and minus 2 plus 4 is positive 2. So therefore the solution is x equals 1 and y equals 2. Next part from this question, two equations are given. I'm going to name equation 1 as 1 and the second equation as equation 2. So let's start from equation 2. You can also take equation 1 to find the value of x. I'm going to take equation 2, which is x minus 2y equals 7. And now I'm arranging this equation 2 to express y in terms of x. No, actually I'm going to arrange this equation 2 to express x in terms of y, which means that I'm going to separate x this time. So x as it is, and negative 2y becomes positive 2y when we take this term negative 2y from left to the right side. Now this is called rearranging equation 2 to express x in terms of y. Okay, this is our equation 3, so let's substitute x equals 7 plus 2y in equation 1. So equation 1 is 3x plus 5y equals 10. So what is x? It's 7 plus 2y. So by substituting the value of x in this equation becomes 3 into x is 7 plus 2y plus 5y equals 10. Simplify. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 2, 6y plus 5y as it is equals right side 10. 6y, 5y, they are like terms, and their sum is 11y. And let's take this positive 21 from left to the right side. So this equation becomes 11y equals 10 minus 21. 10 minus 21 is negative 11, and y equals negative 11 upon 11. 11 divided by 11 is 1. Since we have negative 11, so their quotient is negative 1. To find x, let's substitute y equals negative 1 in equation 3. So first I will write equation 3, which is x equals 7 plus 2y, and then I will replace y by negative 1. This equation becomes x equals 7 plus 2 multiplied by negative 1. 2 multiplied by negative 1 is negative 2, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So therefore, the solution is x equals 5 and y equals negative 1. Now these two values of x and y satisfies the given equations, equation 1 and equation 2. Another part from this question is x plus y equals 9. I'm going to name this equation as equation 1 and the second equation as equation 2. So let's take equation 1, which is x plus y equals 9. So if I rearrange equation 1 to express x in terms of y, then this equation 1 becomes x equals positive y. If we shift this plus y from left to the right side, this equation becomes x equals 9 minus y. So let's name this equation as equation 3 and substitute this equation or the value of x, which is 9 minus y, in equation 2. So equation 2 is 5x minus 2y equals 4. Now what is x? It's 9 minus y. So this equation becomes 5 into 9 minus y minus 2y equals 4. 5 times 9, 45, and 5 times negative y, negative 5y, negative 2y equals 4. Negative 5y, negative 2y is negative 7y. And let's take this positive 45 from left to the right side, and the equation becomes 4 minus 45. 4 minus 45 is negative 41, and if we take this negative 7 from the left side to the right side, so this equation becomes minus 41 upon minus 7. So minus multiplied by minus, it's plus, and 41 upon 7, since we don't have any common factor between numerator 41 and denominator 7. So let's express this improper fraction as a mixed fraction. So 5 whole 6 upon 5 is the required mixed fraction. Now let's substitute 5 into 6 upon 7 in equation 3 to find the value of x. So first I will write equation 3, which is x equals 9 minus y. So I'm going to replace y by 5 whole 6 upon 5 in this equation. So equation becomes x equals 9 minus 5 whole 6 upon 7. Let's change this mixed number into improper fraction, which is 41 upon 7. So, and I'm going to express 9 as a rational number in the form of 9 upon 1, because every integer is a rational number and every integer can be expressed as a fraction. So after expressing 9 as 9 upon 1, now let's take the LCM of 7 and 1. LCM is 7. Now LCM 7 divided by the first denominator 1. 7 divided by 1 is 7. So this 7 quotient will be multiplied by the first numerator 9. 7 multiplied by 9. Negative sign. Once again, LCM divided by the second denominator 7. 7 divided by 7, 1. 1 will be multiplied by the second numerator, negative 41. So 1 multiplied by 41, okay, 7 times 9, 63, and negative 1 multiplied by 41 is negative 41 upon 7. If we subtract 41 from 63, we get 22 upon 7. Once again, we don't have any common factor between 22 and 7. So let's express this improper fraction as a mixed number, which is 3 whole 1 upon 7. So the solution is x equals 3 whole 1 upon 7 and y equals 5 whole 6 upon 7. Next, two equations are given. I'm going to name equation 1, first equation as equation 1 and the second one as equation 2. And I will start from equation 2 and I will rearrange this equation 2 to express x in terms of y. So x equals negative 6 minus 4y. If we take this negative 4y from left to the right side, this becomes positive 4y, which is our equation 3. And now let's substitute x equals negative 6 plus 4y in equation 1. So first I will write equation 1, which is 5x plus 2y equals 3. And then I will replace x by negative 6 plus 4y. So this equation becomes 5 into negative 6 plus 4y plus 2y equals 3. Now 5 times 6, 30, negative 30, positive 4 multiplied by positive 5, 20y, and plus 2y as it is equals right side 3. 20y and 2y, they are like terms, so their sum is 22y. Negative 30 becomes positive 30 if we take this negative 30 from left to the right side. So we get 30 plus 3, 33 upon 22. Let's take this 22 from left to the right side. Now we have common factor between numerator 33 and denominator 22. They are the multiples of 11, which means 11 times 3, 33, and 11 times 2, 22. So 3 upon 2 is an improper fraction. So we can also express this improper fraction as a mixed number, 1 whole 1 upon 2. So this is the value of y. Let's find x by substituting. Y equals 1 whole 1 upon 2 in equation 3. So equation 3 is x equals negative 6 plus 4y. Here y is 3 upon 2 or 1 whole 1 upon 2. If we change this mixed number into improper fraction, we get 3 upon 2. So let's replace y by 3 upon 2. Since 4 and 2, they are the multiples of 2. So 2 times 2, 4. And then the equation becomes x equals negative 6 plus 2 multiplied by 3. 2 times 3, 6. Negative 6, positive 6 is 0. So the solution set is x equals 0 and y equals 1 whole 1 upon 2.